The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Fisk airs on Sundays at 8 p.m. on ABC TV. Or you can stream on ABC iView. It gets repeated on Wednesday nights as well. But
I stream it because I'm young.
Yeah.
You're very hip, aren't you?
The creator, along with
The
sister,
everything. The
and the
everything.
star. She is Fisk. Kitty Flanagan, good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys?
We're wonderful, Kitty.
Flanagan. Let's
Kitty.
talk. I don't think we've spoken to you since the world has discovered Fisk and suddenly all are people around the world
Yes.
are really getting the Australianness of it, which is surprising because I didn't know if we translated. How proud are you of that, and what place watching it spins you out the most?
It's pretty weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't even know if I'm proud of it. I'm more just still completely weirded out by it.
Yeah.
Because we just made a show thinking,
For here.
oh my God, I hope Australians like it.
Yeah.
I hope this goes okay. I hope it doesn't tank. That was basically our approach was, I hope it doesn't tank. So when it went well in Australia, we were beyond excited. And then when we got the news about it being successful on Netflix overseas, we didn't really know how to react. We just sat on this balcony in an Airbnb in Brisbane where we were touring at the time and just looked at each other. This was me and my sister going, I don't know. Should we play
What do we do? Do we pop a cork?
Where's the new
rain or
Yellowstone?
something? What do we do?
Yeah, Kitty, it's so relatable to all of us. And you're right, Nathan, you don't know if that's going to translate
this is
to
the
other
thing.
countries.
Are they
feeling that?
I feel like we're at a point for Australia, Kitty, and I would like your opinion on this. I feel like the world is catching up to what our humour is, because I feel like we've always had a really strange humour. The funny thing about Fisk, it's in the subtleties.
Yeah.
And that's what you piss yourself laughing at the most. So I think that
I get everyone.
I think now they might have seen enough now to get us. What do you think, Kitty?
Well, I think it probably helps now that, Netflix shows a lot of English shows,
Yeah.
there's a lot of shows.
Well, but they're
Like,
being
we're also
educated.
used to now watching, like there was that great show by the Irish comic Aisling B as well called This Way Up, which,
Yes.
so
never
you're
watched
listening
that
to all sorts of different accents all the time now. And I won't lie to you, apparently the Americans are watching it with subtitles.
Isn't that crazy? They don't understand us. Oh, that's weird.
We're a foreign TV show. Foreign language.
Best foreign language.
Best foreign language film. The thing that everyone gets up and go to the toilets for when it's in the Oscars. Oh, best foreign language. I'm out of here.
It is, sorry, now I know you got a question, but I was watching it on iView yesterday, just checking out a few things, and the missus has said, no, she's been watching it on Netflix. So,
Yes.
having that platform.
And you know what? When you got a show on Netflix, God, you're cool.
Yeah, you've got
Flanagan.
credibility now,
Are you
Kitty.
kidding me? Come on.
Are you using that to
Well, I mean-
leverage?
Look, it's one of those things, when you're kind of trying to get something up somewhere, you go, oh, my God, I don't care who takes it, just let's see if we can sell it somewhere. And then when it comes back and goes Netflix, you go, oh, thank God we got Netflix.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Not Hulu or someone else.
I know.
Tango.
Kitty, the first couple of series, it was pretty clear that you were using all your mates, or
still
so
are.
many comedians. But now they must be hitting you up. I mean, obviously,
Reese was on.
Reese was on, but also to get Claudia Carvin to be on the show in one of the earlier episodes, extraordinary now. Yeah.
Well, it's always been, I won't say easy to get comedians, but, you do have a direct line to a comedian.
Yes.
You can ring them and say, hey, do you want to do it? And they go, yeah.
And
or,
9 out of
okay.
10 times they're hungry. So.
Yes.
But with the actors, it's very different. We this season, we had a lot more. It was a lot tougher to get people in season 1, let me tell you.
Yeah, right.
But by season 3, Claudia Carvin actually emailed the producer and
no
said,
way.
if there's anything
That's great.
going, I'll take a spot.
Wow.
And Justine Clark, who has been so wonderful in it, as Ray's love interest, she actually messaged me on Instagram and just said how much she liked the show, and I just wrote straight back to her and said, well, I'm going to write you into it now.
Oh, no way.
Her son was amazing.
Yes, Bubby.
And I think she then came back and said, I didn't say I liked it that much. But it was too late. We already had her in our head for Melly.
So good.
Hey, Kitty, winning a Logie this year. How good was that?
Yes.
And I know that you don't like making speeches, which I find interesting, getting up and making a speech, because, being a stand-up for so long, standing in front of an audience by yourself wouldn't be an issue.
Well, it's not that I don't like making a speech. It's just the previous 2 years I wasn't available. I was actually working. And I felt like I couldn't, walk out of a gig and go, sorry, I've got to go sit in a room and
possibly get an award.
Yeah.
And that was the only reason Sam ever agreed to go up and get it for me, is we both looked at who was up for it, and he said, you're never going to win this. And I went, I know, so just say you'll accept it if I do. And he goes, yeah, no problem. There's no way you're winning. And I went, I know that. And so he was as annoyed as anyone when I won.
Oh, that's right. So, Kitty, I know that you wouldn't leave one of your shows because you might win an award. Would you leave your show if you knew you were definitely winning a meat tray?
Well, I'm the wrong person to ask that.
Could you be?
I don't eat
I know,
meat.
Dan. Hey, I want to talk about something in the last episode, right? I have experienced something, and I don't think people will get how funny it is unless they've been to one. Those working hubs.
The co-working space.
Co-working hubs. My mate my mate was in one in the city, and I've rocked up there, and it's exactly the same, Kitty. I've rocked up there. The person on the front desk has taken all the Barocca and they're just up and about and they're like, oh my God, hi, welcome, do you want me to take you on a tour? And I was like, straight away there's something on a tour, and I'm like, I'm just here to see someone. And as I'm walking past all of these glass offices where they're doing their presentations,
it's a breakout room,
the breakout room, they're in there, they're all in there, everybody in there was over performing because they're like showing everyone, yes, I might be in this communal space, but I have a job and I'm presenting something right now. I'm over presenting.
Did you do a lot of research in them before you wrote that episode, Kitty?
Oh, well, it was funny. We actually shot in a real. That was an actual.
That's what they look like.
One of those places.
Yes.
And they were so good to let us film in there. But a lot of the stuff that was up on the walls, we just kind of
just left it there.
So we didn't have to do that much work really, but they were very kind, and Reese did a wonderful job.
Yes.
So funny. The voting people out like Survivor. I mean, Reese is really funny. Yeah, you don't know.
And he improvised that line too. I have to give him credit. He pulled out, and we kept him. It was really difficult to keep it in, but we managed to re-engineer the scene so we could keep it in when he pulls one of the votes out of the box and says, "This is a drawing of a penis." He just improvised that.
But that's the thing. The comedians, they're your friends. They get your humour. So when they do go off book, you're going to get gogs and know what Fisk is. And now the world knows what Fisk is. Dude, we're proud of you, mate.
We love it.
Good Kitty. Good Kitty.
There's only 2 more episodes left. Is that right, in this series?
There's only 2 more episodes left in this season, and this new season is only available on iView. It's not on Netflix. Only first 2 seasons on Netflix.
Oh, that's the deal. So iView gets it first, and Netflix gets it. Right.
Yeah, hopefully it will go over to Netflix, but at the moment, season 3 only on iView, and I have to say, I'm not even making this up, but this coming episode, this week, episode 5, it's my favourite episode.
And there's a massive cliffhanger at the end.
Everyone loses their minds, and Helen is the only one who stays sensible in the office.
That's true.
That's why she's a partner.
Everybody's scarred from Yellowstone. Someone important got shot. It's not that, is it?
I know. I watched it.
I know. I haven't watched it yet. But I'm pissed at Kevin Costner because he, went and made that ridiculous movie no one watched, and is like pulling out of the biggest show in America. Yeah,
it's only 5 seasons.
Do you have strong feelings about Kevin Costner, Kitty?
How do you feel about him?
Well, look, I do love Yellowstone. I do understand though why he pulled out. I feel like that guy who makes it and runs it would be
Taylor Sheridan. Yeah, right.
The guy who constantly appears on a prancing pony in the middle of the episode.
When you write yourself into your own show, there is some ego
You're
there.
always on a prancing pony.
On a horse that does circles.
Exactly.
I mean, can we get Helen Tudor Fisk on a horse, do you think, Kitty?
Oh, yeah. Then you
Only if I could wear the brown suit.
Well, go.
She can't wear anything else.
You could be the horse. The brown suit is in head.
Fisk is Sundays at 8 p.m. on ABC, or you can stream it on ABC iView. Just a couple more episodes of this season left, and then we'll be sad again. So get writing on the next season, please, Kitty. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thanks, guys. What a pleasure.
The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
I wonder if Instagram is to blame, but there has been a new movement in parenting, and I have a couple of my friends that have done this as well. They love the decor of their home and they like neutrals. So when they have a child, the child is then, instead of getting plastic stuff, they're having like all beautiful wooden blocks and toys that you
Yes.
play
Toys
back in the Little House on the Prairie days.
In neutral colours.
Right,
But
okay.
now it's just all it's for aesthetics.
Aesthetics, okay.
You know?
One of my friends is the most exquisitely aesthetic person I've ever met.
I love
and
it.
when she had children, well, I can remember going to her house when she was very young, and she said, "I've just had to let go of that
This
side
is
of myself
insane.
for a while."
But you know what?
I mean, they're older now and she's back,
Yep.
but for a while there were some dark years for her where she had to give up on having that perfectly beautiful aesthetic house.
The other thing to that is you can't stop the people who are going to buy them presents outside of the things
Yes,
that you would have
100%.
to be able
That's
to
right.
suit your house.
Yeah,
mate.
exactly. You chuck all the coloured plastic junk in the shed.
You're like, yeah,
because it
thanks.
does not suit what's
Out.
on Instagram, and I am fully supporting of this. And
What a great way to live.
I know, I really am. I don't have
Yes,
children, though. I don't
damn
have
those children and their want for
I
bright
don't have
colours.
children. But you know, but back in the day, think about our place, we were like all brown, itchy jumpers, and everything was gross looking.
Everything.
Like now, it's all pretty. So, there's a girl you might know her, Taylor Broad. She's married to the wife of Richmond star Nathan Broad. She'll be first.
She was from
Taylor's
Love
Perth.
Island back
She was
in the
from
day.
Love Island. She used to be Demir, right? So Taylor has gone on the TikToks,
Yep.
and she's talking about how she's decorating her place for Christmas. And there's something that she said, and other mothers have been tearing into her. Some are supporting her, but others are tearing into her. This is what she had to say.
There's mums out there that film with their children the Christmas tree setup, and I really admire them because there's no way my child's touching my Christmas tree. She's asleep and I've set it up exactly how I want it, and she will not be helping until she's at the age where she knows the placement, because until then, no, don't touch my Christmas tree.
Until
Don't
that
touch
child knows bauble placement
touch
and
it.
the correct procedure, then it's not happening.
No, I totally get it. And, you know, when you say people ripping in, anytime you put something up, some people are just going to lay the slippers in. But she's having a bit of fun there. She's putting that across in a good manner.
It was so funny. So,
funny.
So Taylor says, she is going to do what other mothers have suggested, and that is get the kid their own tree, like a smash cake for their birthday, you know?
And put it somewhere where no one can see it.
Put it at the next door neighbour's house, so they can go over and decorate it there. This is so common, though.
But it's such an adorable tradition of getting the kids around, and they make the, hand-making, little stars with their
they
handprint
do
on
it
them
Kenyan stuff
and a
now.
date and that all that sort of
I
stuff,
want
and then them
Venetian
hanging
baubles.
it.
Venetian baubles now, Sean. The children will smash them. I want to know, firstly, is this happening in your house? And if so, I'm guessing you can say it's you, but if you want to bitch about the person you're living with, we'll agree with
take
you.
that on board.
We'll agree with you. But also, is there anything that in your house that you're not allowed to touch because Megan has said don't touch it? Don't touch my... Can you touch her plants?
Oh, no, I'd kill them.
So you can't touch
On
her
purpose,
plants?
though.
You go there, you'll be there, like
throwing them in the
strangling a bird's
You're
nest.
taking all her time up. God damn it, I want it back.
Yeah, now, if someone wants to come around your house, I mean, we live alone, you can touch
Yes,
anything.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't really. I can't touch the good gin.
Yeah.
No, not really.
I
I'm
told
not
my
that
dad
precious
once. My
about
dad
it.
came around drunk one time, all the times. He came around once and he tripped on my expensive rug.
You wouldn't let him walk on the
I
rug.
said, Dad, don't trip on the rug. So from that point on, it should seem is so dramatic. He acts like acts like it's a sinkhole.
But you won't let him sit on the outdoor furniture either, though.
He can't touch things. So. It's not built for Brian. It's not built for Brian.
Is there something in your house that no one's allowed to touch?
Yeah, I like
And
it.
are you? If you're very precious
If you're one
about
of
your
these
Christmas
things.
tree as well.
Yeah. I think it's time to be. You know what? Don't be shamed by this. If you're pedantic and proud, I'm all for it.
I know, but what about the kids that are living in this miserable household
what?
where they're not allowed to touch anything or
that's
live
not
their
fun.
life?
Learn the rules.
No, there are rules.
Stinking little jam hand. Natty,
Yes.
tell me about your mum and her tree.
She's also very pedantic about the Christmas tree. When we were younger, we had a separate tree that we were allowed to decorate, and that went in the backyard.
There's absolutely no way people are seeing this from the
so
street.
she did the show tree, and
the beautiful
was
tree.
anybody else allowed to take part in that?
absolutely no.
So
she
she was
still
just
does.
We could sit and watch.
yes.
She still
The
does
magic
the
unfold.
snow tree?
Yeah.
And did she go to the Christmas shop and get like new baubles and stuff?
Oh, yeah, just like a new theme and everything.
Julie, who we work with, sent me a text message, and she said, 100%, the stupid, ugly, homemade shit my daughter never made it to the house, in the house, let alone on the tree.
Good morning, Savannah.
Yeah, she has known since she was little. It's restricted to her room only. So all of her crap she makes at school isn't allowed outside of her room.
Well, this is a real thing.
Isn't it just? Brooks in Tapping, hello.
Hello.
Hey, Brookie.
Okay, Brooks, is it the Christmas tree for you as well?
It is. I call myself a Christmas snob. I'm very precious about my Christmas tree. I actually live in Sydney, but I've come home for the holidays. But I set my tree up before I left because I didn't want my housemates to do it.
Yes. And you weren't even there for Christmas, right?
So, yeah.
No, I'm home for Christmas, but my apartment looks Christmassy while I'm home.
Straight away,
So
yeah.
I want to know, what are your rules? Because obviously you could explain it to your housemates, but you don't have the confidence that they'll carry it out correctly. So what is the rules, or is it just to feel? Talk to me.
Well, I used to work at a Christmas store, so I actually
God.
kind of learnt how to design a tree to make it look like you bought it off Pinterest.
Yes.
So I've got some nice glass baubles and decorations. So it's not just that I'm precious about it. I feel they're fragile, you know. So
Sure.
I
what?
was nervous about them putting it up on my behalf. But,
And not
Yeah.
just that,
you've got to
that's
work
not
with
our
odd
past.
numbers. You've got to make sure it's balanced.
Yes.
There's a way to do it, and I can't do it unless I'm there.
I can tell you what, no one of our age, parents, had glass baubles and stuff
No.
back then.
No,
It was
no.
that plastic
Yeah,
crap.
Yeah.
And but now everything's so much better looking that glass baubles are normal.
But what happens when you come over here to the family's house? Do you take over the Christmas tree from your mum?
Funnily enough, my mum worked at the same Christmas store, so we are very similar. My mum is, in fact, probably more of a Christmas snob than I am.
Okay,
But
in the
because
future.
she trusts me that I worked at the store as well, we can put it
Yes.
up together.
In the future, you've got a child. You love your child so much they want to touch your tree. Are you going to allow it?
Oh, that makes me really nervous. I think I'm going to have to give them their own tree.
You got to teach them first for a few years.
And we know where the tree
Yeah,
goes.
probably.
In the
I've
backyard.
just become an auntie, though, and so I think I'm going to have to make some sacrifices or bite my tongue off my sister's tree because it's going to have some kids' decorations that they've made at Kindy over the next few
You
years.
can
by
hide
that
that.
you
You can
mean
hide that in the
ugliness.
tree. You can put it
Ugliness,
in
yeah.
the tree.
You can have an ugly tree.
Yeah. Right in
You
the
put
guts
the-
near the trunk.
Put the tree in the corner and you put them at the back, right?
Yeah.
That's how it
Yeah.
works?
Yeah,
okay,
that's
right,
right,
good.
yeah.
Thanks, Brooke.
Thanks, Brooke.
Talia, hello.
Hi.
Hey, Talia.
Talia.
So, we're using a Christmas tree as an example, but also there are people out there that say, I've got something and you do not touch it, or the police will come. Is that what's happening?
Ours is not the Christmas tree,
Yep.
but it's to do, we have a toddler and my partner has collected those pop vinyl figurines. Oh,
The
years.
pop vinyl, we were talking about them the other day. So basically, they're characters from TV shows like Game of Thrones or even Yellowstone, and they're really simplified. They look sort of like South Park characters. They've got big heads, very simplified features.
Like little bobbleheady
little
kind of
bobblehead
things.
things. So they're collectibles. You guys bought me some for my birthday once. You wouldn't know because the company bought it, but they were all from Big Bang Theory.
Right,
So,
okay, yeah.
These are your partners, yes?
Yep, so he's collected them for so long. They're all in storage containers in the spare room. As soon as our baby started to crawl, not even walk, but crawl, he changed the lock onto the spare room.
That's
That was
next
the
level.
first child safety thing he did.
Yeah.
It's always locked, but I'm not allowed the key in case I forget
There's no
Yes.
trust.
to lock it.
You know why?
back up.
Because you know why? Because it is brand new, colourful toys.
Yeah.
that is what that is.
And
Children love that.
Are they appreciating in value? Is that what he's hoping, that they're getting more valuable because they're not being used?
Yes, but they're all in black storage containers, so he can't even
Yes,
see
he's not
them.
enjoying them, but he knows they're there
But
and
he won't
safe.
sell them.
The thing about them, though, and I'm sure there's some value to them, but like they're everywhere. I get, like the ones you're talking about, I'll be able to see at the shop today, so I don't know if they're everywhere.
borderline collectible.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, Talia, thank you.
I love
All
people's
right.
plans in the future, what they're going to sell later and
know.
a lot of
Yeah.
money from. It
Yeah.
never works out. When I really cleaned my apartment and it's looking schmick, right, and I'm very proud of that fact, if someone comes over and has a drink, I think I'm being cool, and then I'll have put a coaster out because I pretend that I do
aggressively.
that. I know, I just put a coaster out, and then if they don't put it on the coaster and they put it down like on my marble table, I just look at them and go, I'll give it a look. I don't think they notice. Then they slowly pick it up and put it back on the coaster. I must be a prick.
Let's go to Karen in Port Kennedy. Hello, Karen.
Hello, how are
Hi,
we?
Karen. Okay.
We're being pedantic and proud right now.
As a Karen.
Yeah, I used to be the Gucci tree lady. That was me.
What do you mean?
And it was baubled and it was pretty and no one could touch it and it was all mine. And now I have a 3.5-year-old and a 15-month-old. So
Okay.
I have a mismatched, everything's different. There's tinsel, there's tinsel on my tree.
You've given in,
It's
Karen.
rainbow tinsel.
Oh,
and so I
yeah.
just really embraced it. And so I told my whole extended family to go choose a bauble at the shop that resembles them.
Yes.
And put it on the tree, and we will just forever now have this random mismatched crap all over my
Okay,
tree.
so Karen, look, you know what? You're trying to live in the now, which is great. But your true feelings. Do you look at it and go, what a wonderful amalgamation of loved ones? Or do you look at it and go, that's disgusting and it doesn't go with anything and my heart's broken?
No, it's disgusting, yeah.
Karen, have you found yourself just putting the tree up later and later? It's now going up on Christmas Eve.
It's already up.
It's up already.
It's up already. Oh, I don't know about that.
I think you do the choose your own
pretty
bauble
tree.
thing again, but do it as a gift registry. And you choose from the selected ones that you've chosen.
That's a good idea.
100%.
Yes, you can have this Venetian glass one.
Exactly. And it is only, that's a good one. It's only $400.
Thanks, Karen. Angela is in Henley Brook. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good. And is there something that's not allowed to be touched at your house?
It was actually growing up at my parents' house.
yeah.
It was the whole formal lounge. We were not allowed in there.
Isn't that crazy?
So, growing up, you could see like the vacuum marks every week. You walked past, every week.
Like
Mum was
freshly mowed
vacuuming.
lawn.
And also, it would give away if you walked on it, wouldn't it?
Yes, yeah. And so we were never, ever allowed in there. The first time we were allowed in there was for our 21st photo.
No!
Oh, my God!
Okay, how weird was it seeing your house from the perspective of that room because you never would have seen it?
I know. So, it was at the entrance, like, walking into the front door. There was all nicely done. And we were allowed to, our 21st photos, me and my two sisters were allowed to have our 21st photos in there. And then our wedding photos were in there.
Amazing.
And that's it? Those are two access points.
No, that was it. And the one time I was actually studying back in the day for the TE, and I remember, you want to change your scenery, so I just sat on the lounge with my book, and my mum walked past and nearly had a heart attack.
Oh, you breached the border. Yes.
The formal lounge. We had one in Willetton too. It was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
That to me, when I was growing up, because I didn't have a bedroom door, people that had a room that they couldn't use, to me that was mind blowing. What do you mean there's a room and you're not in it? Like, that to me
and everything in it is perfect.
And everything is perfect.
Oh, my God.
What was the thing in particular in the room that she was... Because I know that usually those rooms have a cream-coloured carpet. It's light.
Exactly.
Okay.
Cream-coloured carpet, cream-coloured lounge. This table that was... it was like made of... It was like as if they could cut like a piece of wood, had it all varnished.
Oh,
it was
yes.
like... It looked... The trunk looked... Oh, it was just amazing. And then, obviously, all the little stuff around the place. And
of course. The knickknacks and things. The ornaments.
Knickknacks. And she had like... what's it called? Like the cherry blossom, like a fake cherry blossom.
Exactly the aesthetic we're going for here.
I'm in the room right now.
Exactly.
And were visitors allowed in there? Like, did your parents have
company?
Company? Oh, company weren't even allowed in it.
I've never heard of one of those rooms not being accessible to company.
Just display.
Because I thought that's what it was for.
Used it. No, we never used it. And then it was funny because then when the grandkids were all born, Mum had Mum put her Christmas tree there. So the first time we had
look at it from a distance.
I think she had the tree there so it wouldn't get ruined. But then we were allowed to exchange Christmas gifts, and me and my sisters were looking at us going, what? We're allowed in here. And the grandkids were in there, and that's where every year we'd exchange Christmas gifts, and we're like, we never used this our whole life.
Wait till we turn 21.
Yeah, and then we can exchange. That's where we can exchange.
So once a year.
Christmas morning.
Angela.
That's actually amazing, Ange.
My face all smiling that much.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.